Welcome back to DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. We started off the day with a bit of a surprise. Fnatic couldn't make it against Team Spirit. They lost 2-0 in a big surprise, dare I say it. And now we have a new game on our hands. It's gonna be FaZe Clan taking on GODSENT. Now, Blur, welcome to this little alternative show. We have to substitute a few guys. There's some internet not working in Germany, but I'm sure you and I can get us through this one.
Yeah, welcome to the B stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's got been not bringing this one to you guys, but yeah, unfortunate that the internet just seemed to just got conked out in Germany, where Harry, Hugo, and Trace are. Hopefully, they do come back later on, but you guys kind of stuck with us, the two of us. But you know what I'm really going to be excited about? This particular matchup. FaZe versus GODSENT. They have two new players coming in, one for FaZe, which is a surprise. All of stepping down. I think a lot has been said about that already, Pimp. And of course, a new addition of Farlick for the side of GODSENT. It's going to be interesting indeed.
It's definitely going to be interesting as we have a look on the group so far played out. As said, the first game of the day was Team Spirit taking on Fnatic, a game that I think a lot of us thought Spirit would win, but that didn't go that way, Blair, did it?
Yeah, I think that everyone got caught by surprise there. Fnatic especially, and JW in an interview mentioned how they're not really feeling it, and we saw this in Road to Rio as well. They have been looking very hit or miss at the moment, especially the individuals. And for a team like Fnatic, when the individuals feeling hit or miss, that's a very scary problem indeed. And Team Spirit showing that they aren't just a CIS powerhouse, they can kind of go toe-to-toe against the best that EU have to offer as well. We still have the matchup remaining between FaZe and, of course, GODSENT. I think this group is pretty much low-key the group of death, if you ask me.
It could potentially be, right? We'll still have to wait and see how Fnatic is going to play out the rest of the tournament. Same goes on for Spirit, but let's try to switch focus a little bit. Let's move into this matchup. We already touched upon it. FaZe taking on GODSENT, and I think there's a lot to talk about. And if we begin with FaZe Blur, a team that, 3-4 days ago, one of the greatest players of all time in CSGO announced that he's no longer going to be with them. Olaf Meister is out of FaZe Clan for now, and they're bringing in a new boy. Try to elaborate a little bit here. What's going on within the FaZe camp?
Yeah, I think that caught everyone by surprise, right? And Olaf, we could keep speaking for a couple of hours about what this guy's achieved in his career so far. Hopefully, this is not the end of the road for Olaf Meister. Hopefully, he does come back. But I do find it interesting how FaZe, obviously, firstly, the obvious thing is they have spent a lot of money on picking up this original lineup, right? Especially with the cold signing. And it's interesting how they're now going to EU to find some of the more unknown players. Brokey being one of the pickups which took place. And many people said he's not probably going to last long in the lineup, but he is shown to be a mainstay in his lineup with an AWP. And now picking up this new kid. Most people even struggling how to pronounce his name. I'll be real, I haven't seen him play yet so far, but Nico did pick him to be his player to watch out for 2020. And what an opportunity for him. Bimas, I think that's how he pronounced his name. And this is going to be a lot of pressure for him, especially considering his teammates he's going to be playing with Rain, Coldzera, and Nico. So I'm looking to see what he brings to the table here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be super interesting. And you're right, it's quite an interesting approach FaZe Clan is going around this. We'll look at this lineup, we think to ourselves, at least a few years ago back, we thought FaZe Clan, they are the equivalent to PSG, to the Real Madrid. They buy the biggest players out there, they bring in the superstars. That hasn't been the same FaZe Clan the past couple of years. When they needed a new player, of course, they brought in Coldzera, and he is in his own right a superstar. But bringing in Brokey, that's a big, risky move, I'd say, and he's been doing so far okay. Bringing in Bimas as well, or Bimas, or however we're going to pronounce it from now on. That is another, I would say, a rather risky move bringing in such a young talent. So to me, I find it super, super interesting to see how FaZe Clan has moved away from that, stigma where we just talk to them about that's the team that just buys the best player. They go for the Nikos, they go for the Coldzeras. They are also willing to bring in new talent. And as you said, it's going to be super interesting to see how much of an impact Bimas can have.
Yeah, indeed. And I think this is a trend that's happening right now generally in Counter-Strike, so to speak. You see a lot of additions taking place, a lot of, some of the stand-ins coming in. We saw, for example, for the side of North, we had Kristoff coming in. He was pretty much a nobody for most of us as well. It's an interesting trend, and I'm personally happy. I want to see a little bit of fresh blood coming in. And of course, it's going to be a lot of pressure. But let's not forget, Olaf being, I think JW mentioned in his interview, Olaf, the one thing which made him so impactful in his teams was his communication, the glue holding the team together. So his lack of presence in his lineup right now could be a big problem. And I feel like those shoes are a little too big for Bimas to kind of fill in a very short period of time. So I think it's going to be a long game here we got to be taking a look at. But for starters, as a first matchup, I'm curious to see how this one's going to play out.
Definitely. I think I have a feeling, Blair, the two of us are going to talk a lot now coming up to this matchup. So let's have a look at what the players themselves said before this matchup.
we did a good job against GODSENT on this road to Rio. It's kind of hard a little bit when you play against these teams because like sometimes they like to play kind of YOLO, so they play more individual. If you don't have your skill on point, it's kind of hard to beat them. They have good players, but at the same time, it's good to play against them because they did the same things like always.
GODSENT look to find their 11th round. There's only 3 players in the way of that.
Oh, Brokino. Hello, there it is. Come on. And he's got this crossfire set up with Cold. Oh dear. Makalele finds that out the hard way. Cold and Olaf with that crossfire set up. They're able to hold the fort.
When you play online, like some teams, they like to play more aggressive, and they don't have the terms of pressure on their side because they're playing at home. So if they lose, they're gonna say, okay, we get the next one. And I think we're getting like more confidence playing online as well.
Always interesting to hear from the players themselves. I do notice the Cold Zero saying that online players tend to have less pressure. Would you say that's a good thing for FaZe coming into this matchup, considering the roster changes?
I think for Bimas, whether it's online or not, it's going to be a lot of pressure for him in particular, right? And if you look at the other teams, I do agree. I mean, this has been said quite often so far. Some of the teams who aren't the land beast, so to speak, right? They have been performing quite on point. The online scene, you know, playing from the comfort of their own homes, no crowd around, none of the pressure of the media, the crowd, whatnot, really helping matters out. This is a question which I want to throw back to you, Pimp, actually. I want to see what sort of approach you're going to be taking here. This is kind of a long-term approach. This is not a stand-in scenario we see here. We don't know when Olaf is he going to be coming back. We have no idea about that. Are they going to be forcing Bimas to fill in all of the roles, which is going to be very rough indeed? Or are they going to start to switch up the way the team operates and kind of make him feel a little bit more comfortable? I think that's going to be the big question on everyone's minds right now.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be interesting, and I think we'll get some of those answers when we get this match started. Now, we have another team also playing in this one. That's going to be GODSENT Blur. There's also been roster changes circulating around that lineup. Makalele no longer part of the starting 5 for GODSENT. He was part of the core of the lineup there, I said. Now they brought in a Danish dude called Farley, who I had the pleasure of watching in Road to Rio. I think he's a super skilled player. I think he's super interesting. Potentially one of the brightest talents we have in Denmark right now. But how do you fancy his chances already now to find success in GODSENT?
I think this is a great pickup. This is a very great pickup. Nothing against Makalele. I mean, he was the guy behind this, the lineup coming together. But this, in my eyes, at least based on a very simple eye test, is a definite upgrade, right? They need the star power. And Makalele, while he might add some intangibles in the server, coming to just the offing side of things, I think Frolic is definitely someone who's really stepping up. And also, I think it's a great time to add him in the lineup. You're playing online games a lot right now, and I think for him it's going to be less of pressure as well. You got able teammates in the form of Crystal, Madden, Sticko, and of course Zen as well. I'm interested to see how they're going to play. They look pretty decent in the road to Rio. Sure, they had a few losses here and there. They had a couple of wins, primarily the win over North, who have been underperforming right now. But with Frolic coming in, this could be the catalyst to make GODSENT a force to be, well, not maybe a top 10 team at the moment, but something to be reckoned with, whoever is going to be playing against them.
And that's where I want to steer the conversations towards, right? Because GODSENT, how good are they? I think it's a team that is incredibly hard to understand, in the sense that we have seen them play well against some of the best teams in the world. We've also seen them lose against teams they should not be losing against. So where do we put them in the landscape of Counter-Strike right now? Is it a team that has the potential to be a top 10 team? Should we even expect them to be competitive against a team like FaZe, who has recently have shown a very good form despite losing Olaf Meister? Where do we put GODSENT? Where's the box for them, sort of?
They're not a FaZe. They're not a FaZe anytime soon. Like, even if you look at the online results we've seen so far, it's been very hit or miss, right? The wins have been looking pretty impressive. I've seen some good things come out from them, but I think they're still kind of the middle of the pack at the moment. And I might even dare say that they might be, in that group, the weakest team, if you ask me, even with the addition of Frolic. You might look at Spirit and be like, yeah, they're a CIS team, but let's be real, they're probably the best CIS team right now form-wise. They just beat Fnatic 2-0 as well, literally an hour back. So I feel GODSENT have a lot to prove at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right about that. Let's hear what GODSENT had to say about this matchup.
It's more important to be mentally prepared at this kind of stage. We have been preparing a lot, like small details. We're gonna mentally be more prepared and more ready to face these harder opponents.
For GODSENT, but you can definitely maintain hope. Hold on, Sticko caught with a nade out, makes it around the corner, and even goes to short to find one a second as well. He is determined to make up for past mistakes. The nades, the molly. Oh, that's tragic, and Sticko aces the final round.
Playing against FaZe a few weeks ago, it was we showed some really good positives against them, but they really well countered our playstyle in this particular game. We're gonna be more prepared and more like abuse their playstyle and take it advantage from that.
Super interesting to see what GODSENT have to offer. I think when Sen is saying they showed potential against FaZe Clan, I think he's spot on. But question is that enough against a FaZe Clan that as of recently have shown a pretty good form, despite the fact they just lost all of them?
Yeah, I mean, the only two losses they had was against the G2, who really stood up, and of course, they lost to Astralis. Can't take anything away from them, the best team in the world right now. And I feel like, looking at this matchup, man, I feel both of them have two new players coming in. Like, these are proper new players, right? These are not stand-ins. And man for man, I think Frolic is obviously a more proven player. We still have to see a lot from Bimas before he does anything here. But I think just the sheer firepower they have, just the form they've been portraying so far in Road to Rio, is going to give FaZe the edge.
We cannot get this match started before we know what maps they're going to play on Blur. Initially thinking, where do you expect us to land here? Are we looking at some Mirage? Where are we at? Definitely not.
Mirage, yeah, Mirage very good. That's simple. Like, Mirage is perma-ban coming in from GODSENT. It's also a map which FaZe really like to play, so that's a smart ban coming out from them. Vertigo ban from FaZe, no surprises there. Now, the Nuke pick makes sense. They've been looking pretty good on Nuke. It's a map that GODSENT seem to have the protocols on. I think this is very, very typical from both the teams. Inferno is a map that FaZe really do like playing, albeit GODSENT aren't, they don't look very uncomfortable on it, right? And going to Dust 2, if it does go to Dust 2, I feel like FaZe will have the edge just based on the firepower they have. But I think all these three maps, at least Inferno, at least Dust 2 and Inferno are two maps where the newer players might feel a little bit more comfortable. But coming to Nuke, that's interesting. GODSENT picking Nuke, which requires a lot more coordination, a lot more comms, a lot more protocols being right, with pretty much a brand new player coming in. That's a statement right there. That's them being confident that their system is going to take them through.
Yeah, and that is going to be very interesting to see how FaZe Clan is going to incorporate the new player within that system. As you're alluding to, it requires a lot of communication, it requires the right tendencies, it requires a good rotation and good understanding of how to move around the map. And does he have that? Has he had enough time with FaZe Clan? We are aware that he's been practicing with them for a day or two, but realistically speaking, you cannot learn all that in just a day or two. We even saw with Astralis early in this tournament, when they played Nuke for the first time, they lost Glaive. They didn't have the outside anchor, so to speak, and they were looking miserable on a map like Nuke. So I agree with you. The Nuke map is going to be super interesting. Just on top of your head right here, Blur, before we head into a break, who's going to win this one?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm just going to go with my gut here. I think it's going to be FaZe. I think they just have the firepower to pull this one off. What about you?
I think you're spot on. I think FaZe Clan is the better team. They have the more firepower. They have the better individuals. But we'll have to wait and see after the break here. Boys, it's going to be FaZe Clan taking on GODSENT straight after the break. And there we have it. We are about to be ready with FaZe Clan taking on GODSENT. Blue. I don't know about you, but that analysis desk segment right there, that was garbage. I don't know what these guys are talking about. I think GODSENT is a team to be reckoned with. I think Farley as an AWP player is stunning. And I think that FaZe without Olofmeister, that could be a bit worrisome, couldn't it?
It could get worrisome, but also I feel like it's testing grounds. I feel this entire tournament has been testing grounds for a lot of these teams. And of course, coming into Nuke, it is going to be the testing ground. And I feel it's going to be more pressure on GODSENT right now. They picked this map, and it is a map where they would be obviously looking to win. It's a map they're very comfortable on. And I want to see where they're going to be placing Farlig. And for FaZe, it's more about feeling things out. You know, it's not their map pick. They have a couple more maps coming in. And for one, I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this bad boy.
FaZe being the clear odds favorites here, provided by Betway, and also the favorites considering they're starting on the CT side. Bimas here, opting towards ramp, taking over Olofmeister's spot, and that's going to be a rush going towards ramp. coldzera in a good position here, though. Gets the first one, gets the second one, almost the third one. Bimas not falling away, or is he? There we go. Can't really figure out what decision he has to make. It's a 3 versus 3 all of a sudden. coldzera getting off to a good start, but Bimas a little bit unsure whether to not fighting with him or falling back. Pick the middle decision right here, and it seems like the round has slowed a bit down.
Yeah, that was a little curious. I felt like, I don't think it's just him having to make the decision. I felt like comms are a little bit off, but Nico's position, this is brilliant. He spots the bomb out, 2 bullets, 2 kills. Thank you very much. And it's all on Crystal now. And he's floating around the low bomb side back. Vance is going to be making his way upstairs. But the bomb down and the 3 CDs alive. He's got a lot of work to do, does Crystal. He's going to be creeping up. And he spotted Nico. Now we do have the reinforcements arriving. He finds 1, 2 more to find. He's going to pick up the bomb, though, but this is going to get a little tricky indeed.
Sure is, and he gets taken down by Rain, and I guess that's the start you want if you're FaZe Clan. Getting coldzera ready, getting Nico ready, the 2 superstars off this lineup. We get to see it one more time here from coldzera. Just nice and crispy. And then we asked about it coming into the game. Bimas, is he going to be just taking over Olofmeister's role, or is they going to change it up? It seems like he's going to be the ramp player just like Olofmeister was when he was playing in FaZe Clan. So far we get a few answers to our questions, and we got FaZe off to a good start. One up here, GODSENT. They went for a force buy though. Question is, what do they have planned with it? Farley with a scout, the rest of the team bought up deagles, MAC-10s, and grenades, so they must have a plan behind this.
Of course they do, but I just want to point out, like you touched upon, I think that's the easiest protocol to follow, right? I mean, you have a new player coming in, you're trying him out, there's not much time to really prep for this tournament or for this group, so you just let him fill into all of spot. At least the team can work around it. And like you said, they go for the initial pick with the scout, but Nico says no. FaMAS kill really helped out with the fact that lack of head armor making things easy. Brokey's going to strike onto Madden, and one by one GODSENT start to fall. Crystal's left alive. He doesn't have any Kevlar. He just has the Tech 9 in his hands, and Nico, he is looking for more.
Looking for more indeed. coldzera sitting in a good position to deal with this attack. Finds the first one. Can't quite connect the second one. Still stays alive, and I guess that's the most important thing right here. Gets the backup coming in from heaven, and well aware where coldzera is. They can't really do anything about it. Sen posted in with a MAC-10 on this distance. Not the strongest weapon, and coldzera, all he has to do is stay alive. Nico comes in, acts as backup, and Stiku down to 3 HP. Nothing to do for him in this round. Doesn't even have anything to throw it. Nico gets the last and final kill as well, and you can say that is pretty much the perfect start for FaZe Clan. Not losing a single player in a force buy coming out from GODSENT. The money is going to start to build up, and they are well aware now, GODSENT, they have to take a full save. So let's assume it's going to be a 3-0. Is that what you expected coming into this one? FaZe with a strong start.
I still think it's very early days, right? And I love what FaZe did, what Nico rather did in that pistol round. Like the moment they knew they spotted 4 players out towards ramp, he went for the little bit of a risky play, pushed in towards Squeaky. He got that angle, and GODSENT were completely unaware as to Nico's position. And I agree with you, that was a very well played anti-eco. Not losing a single player, that means this round, as long as they play their cards right, they could survive this. And they don't even have any SMGs, it's rifles all around. These FAMASs can be quite good indeed. A little bit of aggression from coldzera. He will take a bit of damage here. He's going to be falling on back. No speed of 50s, and deagles can still do a little bit of extra damage onto FaZe. So they want to play this one a little bit passively. And Bimas, the first test for the young lad of FaZe. Switches over to burst fire, spray fire rather. Actually gets 2 kills, but quickly does taken down. And they have retrieved the FAMAS, but Nico and coldzera not really allowing GODSENT to get much done with the solitary FAMAS they picked up. And that's going to be round number 2 of FaZe. Just to 1 casualty in 2 rounds. That's a great start for them.
It's a superb start for FaZe Clan, as we saw Bimas getting into the action as well, getting the first 2 kills of his FaZe career. It's going to be super interesting to follow this young dude's journey within FaZe Clan. He's joining one of the, dare I say, biggest squads out there, playing with the likes of coldzera, Nico, and Rain, legends of the game. It's going to be a big task for him now. We get to see him play out in the first buy round. Farley, the new addition to GODSENT as well, picking up that AWP. Of course, he's going in and he's taking over the role for Michael Lillet, who was the team's AWP player coming into this one. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to start off with. Stiku finds a nice kill on Rain right here. He's been playing well as of lately. Rain Not off to a great start, but question is if that matters too much. Nonetheless, GODSENT starts off good here. Seems like Stiku has a good idea that could be a player behind this smoke. coldzera. Question is who's going to find who first. They're waiting for each other. coldzera finds the kill. He's still waiting out the smoke duel. We've seen it so many times, and he equals it out. 4 versus 4 now as GODSENT take on yard control.
I love how coldzera just repositioned himself, not holding the corner angle, but kind of sticking in the middle the second the smoke dissipated, and kind of throwing Stiko's aim askew. And this is GODSENT pushing up towards Hell, Bimas. I do believe that's how he pronounces his name. That's HLTV confirmed for as far as I'm aware. And he's going to be waiting here patiently. Now he's going to be spotting out Madden, and he's going to snap straight onto him. Now he's completely unaware there's a player who's made his way towards Heavens, but the man advantage definitely established for FaZe for the time being. Now Bomb with Crystal, and he needs to bide his time. He can't just push on in. And he's waiting patiently, and Bimas is going to be walking on up. Frolic finds Nico. That's massive. Suddenly things have turned around, and now Crystal's going to be dropping into his upper bomb side, but it's going to be coldzera. It's going to find the frag. Bomb on the side, and look at what Broky's doing on the ladder. But Frolic's going to get the kill, and there's going to be GODSENT getting the first round on board.
Yeah, and there was a round that was going back and forth. I like the re-aggression coming in from coldzera, and then we get to see Farley getting his first frag for GODSENT as well. That shot right there to finish up the round versus Broky. That was interesting, and quite an interesting round as well. Broky, he was sitting inside that vent with an AWP for the majority of the round. I'm not too sure that's the smart place to be, so maybe already now we're seeing a tendency of FaZe Clan not really sure how to incorporate this new player into the lineup. At least Broky didn't look like a guy who was feeling comfortable. Nico, though, is off to a great start this time around. Doesn't win the duel. Crystal finds him, and that leaves GODSENT in a great position. Now, I like FaZe being aggressive here in the beginning, but they haven't been too lucky with it. Rain went down in the first bar round. 9 Nico, and they're playing a man behind pretty much all the rounds right now. GODSENT don't really want to do too much here. Falling back, taking out the tempo of the match, and that's exactly what you want to do. You find the first frag, and then you regroup and make a new plane, which we can see right here.
What I find interesting is Bimas having to deal just with the Desert Eagle, right? You have every one of his teammates with the rifles, no one really opting to drop him anything. And that's an interesting thought process right there from FaZe Clan early on. He's going to be playing towards the Hell area, just trying to spot someone out, gathering some information. Rain has been comparatively a little quiet. He hasn't got a single kill since that initial pistol round where he got the final frag. Now, he's going to be a sole player towards Advance area. They have no information. There's no one towards secret. There's no one towards the lower bomb. So they've gambled a lot in the fact that it's going to be a ramp play or a lobby hit. And that's going to allow Crystal to walk on up to the lower bomb side and clear it out pretty much all by his lonesome. And now he's going to be calling for the rest of his team as reinforcements to arrive. And he's making a lot of noise, and that's fine. There's no rotations taking place. They're actually expecting a rotation, Tim, but they haven't budged yet half FaZe. They're going to find a player on the bomb side as Bimas, but there are 2 players ready and waiting. One in heaven, and one inside of the hut.
Yeah, well done by GODSENT, well done by Maiden, finding the first frag towards Bimas right there. Probably made it around, swing the way of GODSENT before it even transpired. Broky, see if he can save the AWP towards CT spawn. Quite interesting round right here. Crystal trying to fake the lower bomb side as you were talking about. Not a rotation being made by FaZe Clan, but it did look like Bimas was not really aware that it could be an inside hit. So I think we're already now seeing small tendencies of FaZe Clan maybe not feeling too comfortable with the new boy on the team. And as we saw with Astralis when they played Nuke for the very first time without Glaive, well, it makes sense, especially on that CT side. You need so much synergy, you need so much like good communication and good understanding for each other that even when you just remove a single player from that occasion, it gets tough to play at your top level. So I think this is a situation where we need to see Rain, we need to see coldzera, and we need to see Nico step it up. We can't have those guys dying in the beginning of the rounds as we just saw happen right here. Great response from GODSENT, 3-2 now, and now it's FaZe Clan with no money in the bank.
Yeah, and I think that's something that you did hit right on the head of the nail there. You can't really put too much pressure on Bimas, right? He is the new player coming in. This is a map also, mind you, which is why I'm not going to be reading too much into this one for FaZe Clan, where, like you said, protocols need to be in order, and when, especially, it's not even a map pick, right? And I doubt they've really have any drills, so to speak, with Bimas yet. Right now, it's them just telling him where to go, what to do, and just filling his role. You can't really blame him for, not really being that effective yet. And right now, it's pretty much an eco round, but I say that, and it's going to be Brokey finding one. Nico with a USB chiming in with a frag of his own as well, and is looking for more. Suddenly, it's a man advantage of FaZe, and Nico continuing to aggress is looking for more, and this time it could work out wonderfully for him. He's going to spot one out. Nico ready and waiting, and Nico, Nico flips around, 180 shot. Nico falls, and that's equilibrium established for the time being.
That would have been the kill for Nico right there. Now, GODSENT gets to plant the bomb. coldzera moving in with an M4 in hand, though. Not quite aware there's a player below him. Gets the kill, though. Now, however, 2 versus 2. Sen in a good position, though, sitting in the vents, making it super tough for Brokey. Or is he finding a kill towards Styko? Now, there's only one player left, and that has to be Sen, clutching out this 1 versus 2. The good thing for him is the bomb has been planted. Not quite for his ankle, though. No kit on the FaZe Clan players, I'm pretty sure, so they will have to stick the bomb. They'll have to go for the bomb defuse relatively soon. They have no idea where Sen is playing from, and there we go. He has a kit. Doesn't find the bomb quick enough, though, and Sen gets the kill, and that's it. Round over, but a great attempt here from FaZe Clan as we see them duel it out. coldzera gets away with the kill and probably also survive. So despite FaZe Clan not investing a lot into this round, they got a lot out of it, putting on a lot of pressure towards GODSENT and almost winning the round. Unfortunate for Brokey, didn't get on that bomb quickly enough, and then, of course, Sen find a good angle up from window, took him down, and then coldzera couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's a pretty substantial economic damage being dealt out onto that side of GODSENT, but they're not going to be too worried about it. They still have a little bit of buffer, at least for Madden and for Zen. And of course, T-side of any map, even though your money might be slim, you can always eke something out. And we do see a Foster play coming. He's going to be walking on dry, and Nico, he's going to take that any day of the week. What are they thinking? As Nico's going to find himself 2 free frags, and now Crystal not even able to get the trade. Styko does find Bimas in the meantime towards the ramp area. And the youngster has been struggling a little bit so far. Still early days, though, and there's not much to read from that. Look at Nico re-aggressing, and he's going to find a 3rd kill for himself. Oh, he runs out of bullets, but he has enough time to switch over to his USB. And it's going to be all on Styko now as Brokey chimes in with a frag of his own, and Styko left alone in a 1v4 with the bomb dropped out in the open.
Yeah, it's going to be a super tough one for him. Nico almost getting punished for not reloading his M4. Good thing for him is that had a mate to help him out. Brokey also saved his ass afterwards. And now, as you said, Styko in a 1 versus 4 has a lot of time to play with, but the bomb is outside on yard, and I think he's well aware that there's nothing he can do in this position. So his primary goal now will be to save this AK-47, bring it into the next round, and by then, FaZe Clan once again will take the lead in this one. A great round, and again, great to see Nico being so aggressive, getting away with 3 kills total in this round, off to a super, super good start. If I'm not mistaken, he's sitting at 9 kills at the moment. So good to see him stepping up. And as for GODSENT, not a bad start at all, right? I think they're putting on a lot of pressure towards FaZe Clan, and they can't be quite happy with 3 rounds so far.
Oh yeah, 100%. And now it's going to be the 4th round in the next few seconds, right? So and this is exactly what we needed to see. We needed to see the likes of a Cole, Nico, Rain, and even Brokey. At this point in time, he's no longer the newbie on the team, right? He's pretty much been around for quite a while. You need everyone else to step up here and make Bimas feel comfortable. And considering it is GODSENT's map pick, this is a pretty good start here. That was a huge run for Nico, albeit I'm a little surprised that GODSENT went for that. They went for the fast plays towards outer. They knew it was going to be a buy round. They knew that there's probably an op in the hands of Brokey. So, Tim, break this bit down for me. This is confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. But Nico got away with the USP, right? And I feel GODSENT, they let a big opportunity slip out of their hands now. As you can see, right side corner of your screen, there's not a lot of money to work with for GODSENT. Farley has an AWP in hand, but Crystal and Maiden to sit back with just the Deagle. We have seen Maiden, though, be super, super well playing with the Deagle so far, so he's definitely dangerous now. The question is, can he find the opening? Can he find the impact you want to see from the, I would say, the star prospect of GODSENT? Starting out slow here. Maybe that's part of the game plan as well, to put on some pressure on Bimas. He's new to the team, doesn't have a lot of experience, so try to bully him a little bit here in the beginning. That's probably not a bad idea.
Indeed, it's not, as they know. Here's the thing, right? They're going to be targeting Ram quite a bit. They know where there's a new boy playing. They know he's very, very new when it comes to this level of Counter-Strike. And I wouldn't be surprised. We still have a lot of rounds remaining to be played. 8, in fact, on this T side for GODSENT. And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep trying to bully Bimas towards the ramp area. And I'm 100% sure the FaZe are going to be aware of that. That means they're going to be sending another player there, leaving the upper bomb side very, very vulnerable. As coldzera is going to find one, he needs to find more, but they're going to go for the double key. But coldzera, brilliant start from him. He's going to find 4, and Brokey jumps in with a frag of his own as well. Brilliant hold from Cold there, especially the spray transfer onto the player in HUD.
Yeah.
Pure filth from Cold.
Do us a favor, production. Let's see that one more time. That was absolutely stunning by coldzera. And I wanted to say a little bit bad play from GODSENT as well. The first guy who ran out, there was no refrag coming in for coldzera in the beginning. We get to see him right here. Look at that. He's jumping in by himself. That's Crystal. Leading by example, sure thing. But where's the rest of the team? Gave coldzera too much time to regroup, too much time to re-aim. And I guess, you know, there's a reason why he was considered not only one of the best players, but the best player in the world at a certain time. coldzera still got it, and there was an amazing 4K right there. And another big opportunity missed by GODSENT. Now they have to fully save, not investing anything into this round. And maybe that's the round where Bimas gets some confidence now. They're going towards ramp, has an M4 in hand, and against no armored players, this should be relatively easy for him. Let's see, spots the first guy, and again, falls back, plays it smart, puts some Molotov behind him, and not taking any chances. I like that from the young new prospect in FaZe Clan. Loki finds the first one, finds the second one as well. Got coldzera and Nico to help him, and that should be an easy round. There we go. Not a single kill on the side of GODSENT, and once again, FaZe Clan goes through it without losing a member, and you can see the money is slowly but surely starting to build up. All because of coldzera with that amazing 4K.
And this is really good from FaZe. They have 33 kills in total between Cold, Nico, and Broke. It's 13, 11, and 9, and that is them doing the brunt of the heavy lifting. Reina's had a quiet game so far, but it's still very, very early in the series here, and that's exactly what they need to do. They have the firepower. They have some of the best players who've ever graced the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive on that lineup, and that's what they need to do here. But Nico gets completely mowed on a drive-by by Crystal through the smoke. And it's going to do the smart thing and fall on back. And that's a huge kill, considering Crystal's the only player with the SMG. coldzera, lucky to stay alive there. They try to go in for the push, try to go in for the trade, but that silo saving him. Right now, though, I mean, just got to point it out, Pimp. This is very, very interesting from FaZe. They're looking very solid indeed, considering they lost the first couple of rounds. But Zen finding Rain, and that's going to neutralize the man advantage they had, and they're going to be going for a fast pace with low bomb side.
Yeah, I don't know what Rain was doing in that duel right there. There was no need for him to fight. Bimas now has to take a duel towards lower, and he can't quite connect the spray, or can he? Finds the kill on Stuko, gets away. That's good for him now. Has to wait for the backup. coldzera finds the kill towards 10, and now we got a 3 versus 1. coldzera has to come in as a backup. Crystal find the first one towards ramp. Now bomb is down, faking the door open. That could be a big problem right here. That is well played by Crystal. Now can he find the kills? That is Alpha. Omega doesn't find the kill. Nope. coldzera gets him, and he's off to such a strong start. Look at that. For a 16-3, 132 ADR into the game so far, and a 7-3 lead for FaZe Clan. Despite it being GODSENT's map pick, I think they can be super happy about this start. Bimas, yeah, maybe not having the strongest start as an individual, but he's playing smart. He's trying to do the good thing for the team. And so far, when you have coldzera in this form, then what are you going to do if you're GODSENT?
Yeah, I think Bimas is doing his role perfectly. Yeah, he's not really lighting the scoreboard on fire, but his job is not to be the hole, not to be the weakest link on the team right now. He's not really making too many mistakes. I like how he's not overextending. Now, let's be real here. He's a new player coming in. You want him to have those, you know, the spray downs, get a 4K, maybe an eco bash coming in, maybe pull off, you know, against 5 Glocks, get an ace and get his blood pumping, get a confidence going. But right now, he's not going for any of those things. He's being given the responsibility of holding ramp, gathering information. And I like the way he's doing it here. He falls back, he doesn't take unnecessary fights. And like you mentioned, Pim, when you have coldzera and Nico, coldzera especially popping off like this, Bimas just has to do what is being told, and they could potentially just win this map, which is GODSENT's map pick.
Yeah, let's see how that pans out. We did see a timer come in here from GODSENT, and I think that's a great timing to settle down, maybe discuss what is the approach going to be from they say the Swedish-owned organization of GODSENT. It's a multi-international squad with players from all over the world, but pretty sure the organization itself has its roots in Sweden. Now, Crystal taking yard control once again. Rain, really been looking good so far in this game, but as you said, and as you alert to, as long as you have coldzera playing up to that level, then you don't need Rain, you don't need Brokey for that matter in order to step it up. When you have coldzera dropping 16 frags in just 10 rounds, then that should be enough for a team like FaZe Clan. Farley still peeking. Nico finds the kill towards Maiden, and it's an interesting duel as well. Nico gets away with a smoke as well. Goes for another duel as Rain comes out and finds 2 kills towards Yard. I just said it. You hadn't really done much in this game so far, but finding 2 kills right here, and that's just completely dismantling GODSENT play. This is looking way too easy for FaZe Clan.
That's like very easy. I think Rain heard you there, and he's like, all right, I'm going to show what I'm going to do here, and just completely destroys them. And I love the re-aggression from them. This moment Nico gets the kill, they know, FaZe knows that the T's are going to be, kind of tunnel vision onto Nico playing in that secret area, that secret entrance, and the Rain just pops out 2 quick kills, Brokey champs in another, and Rain finishing it off with a 3K. This is a little scary for GODSENT, and that's a terrifying thing about his FaZe lineup. Yeah, they might have a stand-in coming in, but I have to keep, reiterating the fact that you look at the players this team has and how dominant any one of them can be. Cole pops off, he can take over the game. Nico pops off, he can take over an entire series as well. So this is GODSENT feeling a little bit perturbed at the moment, if you ask me, as Nico wants for another kill for him, and they're just getting mowed down. Zen does at least get the trade, and now Sticko with the deagle pushing in. He's all alone though, and needs to find his kill, but he is caught in a very, very rough spot indeed.
Not much Sticko can do about this. Brokey gets another kill to his name, up to 11. Also a fine start by the young player. We saw in the timeout an interesting statistic being brought up by the production that he's currently joined in the lead for most clutches against top 30 teams the last 6 months. And the player he's sharing that role with is Frozen. So 2 of the youngsters out there, 2 of the new players, 2 of the potential stars of tomorrow are also the big clutchers as of recently. That's very interesting to me that it's not some of the older players that at least has the experience, but I guess the new blood got the confidence, and that's sometimes enough to win the 1vx situations. Now, 9-3 for FaZe, and I think we're nearing in at a point where GODSENT, they have to find a round or 2 more in order to believe that they can make this comeback, right?
That's a lot of smokes. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Going to map number 2, I don't think they're going to be necessarily feeling super confident if this map pick of theirs is going to fall apart. We still have to see the CD side, but this is something which we both of us touched upon earlier as well. CD side, Nuke, especially when you have a stand-in playing in or you're a new lineup, that's when it gets harder. Those rotations, the comms, the protocols you have to follow, those are what's really harder. T-side's actually comparatively a little bit better. So they want to get more than three rounds here. They are setting up for this upper hit pimp. But can they finally find success? I think that's a question on everyone's minds at the moment.
Rain is indeed in a good position to deal with it though. Question is, will he be affected by the flashes now? Walks in, takes the duel right here, can't really find Sticko, and question is, he's gonna close the door. He is. Finds Sticko through the wall. That's perfectly played by Rain. Finds another one towards Maiden, and now it's all of a sudden a 3 versus 2. Brokey coming in from heaven as well, with the backup, with the AWP in hand. Farley, we haven't seen much of him in this game so far. He'll have to step it up right here, right now. Goes for a shot towards the door. Sten finds a kill, and that's a nice shot by Farley. All of a sudden turning around the round. And now we have to see the new boy on the block. Bimas in a 1 versus 2. 20 seconds left. Farley is still sitting on side. Question is he going to check just below him? And the other player's playing the bomb lower, so this could be a strong one right here. Finds the first kill now. Has to figure out that the bomb is not planted on this upper bomb side. He does realize it, but time is of the essence now. He has to be fast player.
He has to be very fast.
Oh,
okay! Welcome to FaZe, Clan Bimas. Welcome to FaZe.
What a wonderful way to start your career with FaZe Clan, and I have to question Sten's decision-making. He's well aware that he already bought himself 10-15 seconds off the bomb timer just by the fact that Bimas wasn't aware the bomb was planted on the lower bomb side. Why on earth are you taking that duel? It is nicely done by Bimas, a fantastic clutch coming from the new player, but you have to question Sten's decision-making right here. Another big opportunity missed by GODSENT. They cannot keep doing this, otherwise I am afraid FaZe Clan will run all over them.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. He had all the time in the world, like you very aptly pointed out. The bomb got planted, and Bimas took quite a while, because for the longest time, he thought it was planted towards that upper bomb side, right? And he didn't have to take this fight. He could have just played the bomb. He could have just gone around, just played towards ramp, played towards control room. Bimas would have needed a lot of time to clear all those angles, and even with a kit, it would have been very, very close indeed. Madden, that's nice. Okay, all right, that's unreasonable now.
Okay, he's getting started up, and we did sort of taunt him as being the star player of GODSENT. I think that's the player with the most potential to be a star of tomorrow. We have seen how good he can be. Not off to a good start in this game, but maybe this will turn it around for him. At least it's a very nice double kill on towards Brokey and Wayne, and that leaves only 3 FaZe players alive. Question is if they can do anything about this. They have to re-aggress somewhere, or at least hope that coldzera potentially can get another 4K. Sitting in a good position here, but not sure where GODSENT is going to go just yet. Smoke goes down towards the door, and coldzera, well, basically left all for himself in this inner bomb side.
Yeah, this is going to be hard. Even for someone like Cole, who's been having a baller of a game so far, this might be a little bit too much to ask of him. Now, Crystal might not be able to get the flank on because you do have a one player. Oh, the timing, though. He's actually going to get the flank in here. And it's going to be quite troublesome indeed. Nico, however, catches Crystal, making his way through Mini. And that's going to give a little bit of an opportunity for Cold to make something happen, but he's completely blinded. And he's going to fall to Madden, but Bima's finding Fallig, and he's going to fall, leaving it all to Nico. In a 1v3, he's going to find one, but the trade comes in. Madden with a massive 4K. The first 2 kills especially, that was just unreasonable. That was ridiculous from him. But if that's what's going to take GODSENT to win the rounds, so be it.
Yeah, and you can argue it's a little bit lucky, right? It's obviously a nice spray transfer right here from Maiden, or a nice spray there, say it gets off with an additional 2 kills. Another one through the smoke, so 3 kills through the smoke for Maiden in this round. Maybe that's exactly what GODSENT needed. A 4th round on the board, making it 10-4 now. See how the last round of the first half is going to play out. Nico has had a strong start to this game, 131 ADR, and he's been super aggressive towards Yard, once again taking the secret position, hoping for someone to walk into his crosshair. And as we've seen so far, Crystal has been super aggressive towards Yard as well. I really like the approach by FaZe Clan. They're letting some of the star players really shine in this new setup there, say it. At least they're taking the responsibility upon them, and so far they've been delivering. coldzera and Nico, definitely 2 of the best players here in the first half.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think that's what we all expected, or we expected the stars to shine. And oh, this little angle from Nico. He can spot the feed out the moment they peek on out. They're not peeking though. Crystal just lying in wait. And Nico, he's had enough of waiting around. The smoke's going to dissipate, but he's still being a thorn in the secret area. And this has been a problem. There hasn't really been an entry much. And look at Nico, just the aggression, just going for the fights. And nade's going to be jumped in. Oh, that's going to hurt. And it's going to be Brokey. He's going to chime in with 1. And Nico looking for more. He's not going to fall back. He's going to hold W. And in the flames, he's going to find another kill. Nico is an absolute madman. And when he's going to get going like that, Pimp, I fear for whatever team he's going to be facing off against.
Look at the confidence from Nico right there. Absolutely stunning by him. Leaves only Maiden left. Last round, he got 4 kills. He'll have to do it one more time if GODSENT needs another round. 25 seconds left. Bomb in hand, though. I think that's the only thing he got going for him right now, but this seems almost impossible. Can he find a kill towards Brokey? He cannot. FaZe a closeout the first half, 11-4. A very strong start for FaZe Clan. We'll be with you right after the break.
Shout before too long, please the lyrics in our songs.
11 rounds on the CT side, and now we'll have to wait and see if GODSENT can do anything about it. Only scoring 4 rounds on the T side, they'll have to get at least the same amount if they want to draw this into overtime or potentially even win the map. The pistol round coming up, Blur. What do we need to see from GODSENT?
Everything. It's a CT side now. On Nuke, it's a map pick. We need everyone to step up. Stico has been very quiet. And look at the pace being set by coldzera. Frolic just stopping his tracks with Bimus. The battle of the 2 new additions of the teams, and Bimus is going to win that duel. He spots a player out right there, and he's going to be pushing on ahead. It's going to be the entry onto this fight, and it's going to be Rain. In fact, it's going to find a kill on his end. Stico replying back 2 quick kills, making it a 2v3 in favor of his team, and the bombs dropped as well. This is not looking good for FaZe.
Surely it's not. Nico, Brokey, the 2 only players left alive for FaZe Clan. As you said, the bomb is down, so it's tough. Stuka, though, in a bit of a rough position here with a USP. Question is, can he get more away from this round? Can't really quite connect the shot on towards neither Brokey or Nico for that matter. Now it's a 2 versus 2 as Brokey finds another kill. Stuka, though, still caught on this ramp. Plenty of bullets left. Only 11 in the barrel. We'll have to wait and see as Nico is trying to drag out the pace of this round, going for the flank. Now, bomb is still down. Oh, look at the timing. Brokey, I think he just about saw him, and I don't think Stuka has any idea. Look at that. He does it, finds the kill. 15th frag for him now. And it's a 1 versus 2 for Crystal. Bomb is still down, but the German will have to step it up now.
Yeah, he's waiting patient. Now he's aware. He knows that there's one player towards Ram, and he's aware that Nico might be on the flank. Nico. And I like this. I like the distraction play from Brokey. Breaks the window, and it's going to force Crystal, but he's got such a good read on this. He hears him coming out, and that's brilliantly played by Brokey. Not just about the first frag, but the way he played distraction for Nico to come in and assassinate the final player. And FaZe, that looked like that round was out of their hands, but somehow they bring it back.
Yeah, that's gonna sting a little bit for GODSENT right here. I don't think you can necessarily blame Stuka for making a mistake right here. The timing is simply not with him. He was proactive. He was trying to go aggressive towards ramp, trying to get information about what FaZe Clan were doing, and unfortunately for him, the timing didn't work out. So enough with the bot Stuka in the Twitch chat. I could imagine it's already going on. That was just simply unlucky as FaZe Clan is powering their way through the ramp. They are playing this T side with a very high pace so far. Rain with a Bison. We don't see that in professional gameplay too often. Maiden making the rotation. Crystal finding a kill with the Deagle. And look at that. FaZe Clan, what are you doing? Completely falling apart from you. Sticker with a frag. Maiden with a frag. Nico answering back with a single of himself. And we're now in a 2 versus 3. Definitely an opportunity for GODSENT right here.
Yeah, that was a 2v5, and Nico and Brokey doing a good job, but I agree with you. That was a little too overeager, if you ask me, from FaZe, and not necessary. They should have been expecting the pistols and armor. And now, again, it's going to come down to Nico and Brokey. And Nico, the AK-47 Automat Kalashnikov, and stand 5-7 at that range is going to be deadly indeed. He gets digged down, but he survives, and it's all on Brokey now. 1v3. He's going to smoke off the door. He's got so many angles to clear out, and he has no information where the other 2 players are. He's going to try and stick the bomb here, hoping for someone to peek on out. No one's peeking in. Everyone's playing this together, and this is smart from GODSENT. Door's going to be opened up. The 2 players ready and waiting. He's going to try and time this out. Finds 1, finds 2. Thoughts the stage person is wet, but Crystal is going to deny the clutch from Brokey. And that's going to be a huge round for GODSENT to win, because if they lost that pimp, there's going to be round 13 for FaZe, and it was going to be full equal for them. So that would potentially have allowed FaZe to get to round number 14. But that could be that little bit of a lifeline they've been waiting for so far.
Yeah, I don't know what that round was from FaZe Clan, though. I like the idea about putting up the pace. I like the idea of going together towards ramp. But when you got to the lower bomb side, everything fell apart. Didn't use your smokes, didn't use your utility to give you cover. And that fell apart quickly for them. Nico, fast towards Secret. Not able to catch anyone through the smoke just yet. He's still trying. A lot of damage has been dealt towards Brokey and Bimas. Nico with the Deagle finds a kill towards Maiden, and that may be the opening FaZe Clan need. This game is all over the place right now. The pace is incredible high. Stuka finding 1, finding 2, can't find the 3rd one. Does a lot of damage though. Now the bomb goes down 3 versus 3.
Frolic being very patient. He doesn't take the shots through the smoke. That's gonna lure Bimas into a false sense of security. 2v3. Pimp, and coldzera is alive with the Deagle of his. That's always a scary proposition. The smoked off the bomb, though, that's got to make things a little bit easier as they do stick it. And I do believe that it's Crystal with a kit, but Brokey, blinder or not, he still gets the kill. Zen's looking desperate to get the trade, and he does get it, but he's so very low. Now it's all on Cold, 1v2, and they're so low. He finds one looking for the 2nd kill, but he won't. And Frolic, the newbie on the GODSENT side, he clutches it out, but my lord, that was too close for comfort.
What a hectic game of Counter-Strike we have on our hands right now. I'm sure all of you guys out there watching right now having a hard time to follow what's going on as well. At least I personally am excited about the tempo in the match, excited about the pace both of these teams are playing with. FaZe Clan trying to break GODSENT back straight away. Almost successful with it. Brokey with that kill through the smoke, as you so fine mentioned. Now another fast-paced round. Brokey can't get through the Molotov and it takes a lot of damage. Now goes out, gets killed by Maiden, and what looked like an inside rush is all of a sudden not working for FaZe Clan at all. They're trying to pick up the pace. They're trying to buy one more time, and maybe this is where they push the limits a little bit too hard. They have no money should they lose this round. They have no HP on Rain, no HP on Bimas. coldzera with 72 HP and a Deagle. I find it very hard to believe that FaZe Clan can win this round, and that is a way back into the game for GODSENT, putting on a 7 on the board and forcing FaZe Clan into an anti-eco. They have to finish the job now, but this game is all of a sudden super, super open.
Yeah, 100%. And also the utility that Bimas and Rain have, that kind of makes you wonder what FaZe had in mind. They probably could have been looking for an execute towards upper, but all we saw was just like a dry rush coming out and getting completely annihilated with the Molotov and the nades being dunked in by GODSENT. So I feel like that was a strange round. We've seen a couple of strange rounds from FaZe so far on the T side, and despite having the initial lead, they don't want to get a little too over-eager here, Pim. They still have the lead of 5 rounds, but as you all know, in a map like Nuke, that can easily dissipate into nothingness.
I want FaZe Clan to take a tactical timeout the next time they have a chance for it, just to regroup, to figure out what is the plan going to be for the next following buy rounds. It seems to me like they had a plan of playing super, super fast in the beginning, try to pressure GODSENT on the pace in the game. That didn't work out. You know, it's okay to try, and sometimes it doesn't work, and that's fine, but then you got to regroup, you got to find another way to play the game, and that's probably one of the biggest problems with FaZe Clan at the moment. They are a little bit too one-dimensional. If their plan A doesn't work, they don't really have a plan B or plan C that works properly. So maybe GODSENT is smelling some blood, at least on behalf of the Swedish-owned organization, the multi-international squads that are playing against each other. I would say that this game is all of a sudden more than just open. See a buy round coming in here, obviously from GODSENT, nothing invested from FaZe Clan apart from a few pistols. It should be a relatively easy round for them to win, but we've seen it go the other way before. Farley, Bryce, and Orc, we don't see that in professional gameplay a lot anymore, Blur, but on a map like Nuke, I think it still has its place.
Oh yeah, I think there are a couple of maps, a couple of positions on different maps where the AUG still has its place. One place being the train, the outer yard, maybe like you mentioned, the playing towards hell or playing towards outer once more with the AUG. It's cheap compared to the AWP. It allows you to go for this close range duels. I do believe it's in a very good place right now, where it's not overpowered. It's got place to be in the game, but coldzera and Brokey 2v5, and look at the health on Crystal and Madden. A couple of bullets on their toes, and they're going to be done for. This is looking very risky, but Broke is now going to be left alone in a 1v3. But if he can find Crystal and Madden, this is very, very winnable indeed.
Sure is, Brokey. He will have to find a kill at the very least to open up the round. 13 seconds left. Ain't going his way. And there we have it. 12-8 now. And as I said, I would love a tactical timeout coming in from FaZe Clan now, just to make sure everyone is on board. What's going to happen? Are we going to drag out the pace or not? Doesn't seem like they want to go for it. So let's assume FaZe Clan still have a relatively decent idea about how to break this GODSENT defense. Gotta give credit to GODSENT as well. They're fighting back, doing a good job right now, and they're putting on a lot of pressure towards the FaZe Clan. None of the individuals we talked about have really stepped it up. Maiden sitting at 13 frags as the top fragger for GODSENT. That's not too impressive. Farley as well. We haven't really seen him with the AWP so far in this game. This will be the first time he has a chance on the CT side to do the dirty stuff against FaZe Clan. A slow pace round. They're taking lobby control, and let's see what the plan is going to be for FaZe Clan.
The problem right now for GODSENT is, even though they managed to mount this mini comeback at the moment, it's 12-8, and FaZe still need only 4 rounds to take this win, right? And the previous round, for example, they lost 2 players. They've been bleeding, they've been hemorrhaging players left and right, and that means the money's still not looking very solid at the moment, Pim. You can look at Frolic and Sticko. They're the only 2 players with some cash to speak of, and if FaZe manages to string a couple of rounds together, they can completely destroy the economy for the Swedish org. That means they can pretty much close this game out very comfortably. So they're going to be very wary of this Sticko pushing up. He should get a free frag. Takes a bit of time, though, and that's going to allow Bimas to go for the immediate trade. Frolic and Madden, they reply back immediately, however, and it's going to leave Nico and BMAS in a 2v4. And that's not going to be easy at all. Bomb with them for now. but time ticking away. 38 seconds on the clock here, and looking at where GODSENT are, this is not going to be an easy round for NiKo and Bimas to kind of clutch on out. I'm not sure what Crystal's thinking there.
Me neither. That's a big mistake, and that's a bit of an opening now for the FaZe Clan squad. Bimas finds a kill, and now it's up to NiKo to see if he can do anything about that. Sen has definitely hurt NiKo, but again, gives them room to work with. 15 seconds left of this round. They'll have to make their move towards inside, and now Sen coming in with the flank. I think he's going to catch off NiKo right here. He will, and that's probably round done and dusted. Goes for the fake plan, finds the kill towards heaven, still has time to plant the bomb. This could be a clutch from the new young prospect of FaZe Clan. Gets the bomb down, well aware there's a player close to him, has a smoke, has a flash. And now it's all up to the aim of Bimas. Moves around the Molotov, still fighting. Farley with an AWP and Maiden with an M4. This is definitely doable. Can he find the first frag? He can do it. What a start that would be to the squad for him. Still afraid to make the move. Yeah, there we go. He spots him towards heaven. Doesn't see him though. Maiden takes him down. Was sitting on top of Hot behind the smoke. Nice effort from Bimas, and I guess they made the most out of that situation, being down 2 versus 4. FaZe Clan now only with a 3-point score lead. It was looking so solid after the first half, but I must say I'm impressed by GODSENT, and I'm once again starting to fear that FaZe Clan, when it comes to the C side, they're simply not good enough.
Yeah, I still feel like GODSENT won that one way more comfortably. What was Crystal thinking there? You pushing in, going for the info play, unnecessary. And let's be real, in that 1v2, I see a world where Bimas managed to clutch that one out. But of course, the patience from Madden working out for him. He waited patiently for the smoke to dissipate. He was sitting on top of the hut, throwing the aim off for Bimas. But again, they're just flirting with danger. It's unnecessary, as Sticko is going to hit one, looking for more, double scoped him, doesn't matter, he's going to find the double anyway, and now he's going to be falling on back down. And just then joining the party as well. NiKo finds a kill, but a trade comes in, and Sticko, he's just going to stick on around. He's not afraid to take these duels, finds another one, and it's all in broke. He left alone in a 1v4, and he's stuck in a corner, right, like a rat getting hounded by all the CT members of GODSENT. Molotov's going to keep Crystal at bay for now, but he knows there's a flank coming in, and he's looking so worried at the moment. He's going to find one, but how much longer can he survive?
Yeah, well, you got your answer right there. Not much longer. He goes down to Sticko, finding his 4th kill in the round. A nice hold by him with the AWP towards ramp. We get to see it one more time. The first shot, that's nice. The second flick right here with the double zoom, that is very skilled by Sticko. We need a timeout, and we need it now from FaZe Clan. Please. Why on earth are they not trying to talk it through, right? We have a coach in YNK, and it seems to be a problem for FaZe Clan. I don't think they're utilizing the timeouts well enough. Whether that's the team that don't feel comfortable letting Janko talk, or whether it's him not feeling the need for it, I don't know. Now, Bimas getting off with a team kill right here. Makes it good again, though. Finds the kill towards Sticko, but around where they haven't invested a lot besides armor and a Mac 10. Shouldn't really go their way. That kill, oh, that was a big opportunity. It goes down to Crystal as well. That's a nice shot by the German in-game leader, but again, the pace is just insanely high in this game. They're constantly playing fast, constantly rushing. Maybe you would like to take the pace out of the game, try something new, because this is not working for you. 2 versus 4, a minute and 10 seconds left to play with. Sure, you got an AWP in the hands of coldzera, but realistically speaking, there should be no way GODSENT let go of this round.
Yeah, I don't see this happening. I completely agree with you. I'm sure Janko is talking in their comms right now. He's probably in TeamSpeak, is constantly talking. But I'd like the timeout not just to like decide what they're gonna do, but more like a breather. Because I completely agree with you. They've just been rushing things. This is kind of like a throwaway round. They just went for this. I wouldn't say a light buy, because they did invest in an AWP, and Rain finds one looking for the long range duel with the Tech 9. That's ballsy from Mr. Rain. And now this. It's doable, Pimp. coldzera has the AWP. If the bomb gets planted for him, and as long as Rain sticks around with the Tech 9, he can make things very interesting. Zen just wrapping up bullets, and I take his name, and Frolic's going to take him down, and it's all on Rain. 1v3 with the Tech 9. He's got the bomb down, but that's all he has for now.
Yeah, giving him a lot of space and a lot of respect right here, though. Finds the first frag. Second guy sticking the bomb, and there's nothing Rain can do about it, unfortunately. It was a nice effort getting the bomb down, getting a kill with the Tech 9. I think that's realistically the best he could have hoped for. So, not too bad by the Norwegian player from FaZe Clan. And once again, we see Farley slowly but surely starting to step up, finding a lot of impact. That's a nice shot towards coldzera. He's hitting some good AWP shots at the moment. And here we go, Blur. For the first time in the game, FaZe Clan do decide to take a tactical timeout. Now, if you were the coach, what would you be telling NiKo, coldzera, and the rest of the boys right now?
slow things down. It's simple as that. Just slow things down a little bit. You've been literally rushing out all throughout and feel it out. You know, just for example, go for that secret control. Send a player down there. Maybe send Nico down there, right? Like you can have a player over there. Or you can have a double, 2 players over there. Make GODSENT make mistakes. Make them over-rotate a little bit. Try and abuse where Frolic is playing towards. He's a new player right now. There's so many avenues available. But the thing is, because they haven't tried any of these things when they had the massive lead, now the pressure is on them. Now they can't go for some of the Hail Mary plays. Now they can't go for some of the more riskier, more YOLO plays, some people might say, because GODSENT are 1 round away from tying things up, and considering the massive lead that FaZe had initially, it's going to be weighing heavily on their minds. And I say that they want Nico to be pushing in, and he's going to be doing that. Instead, he's going to be pushing in through the smoke and trying to get his flank in. This is much faster pace again. It's again speed from FaZe, but this time around, it's going to work or not is a question. It's going to be Crystal. He's going to find 1, finds 2, looking for more, but coldzera is going to drop him. And now it's a 3. Take that back. It's a 2v3. Zen sneaking around towards Squeaky. Finds a frag, but coldzera, he's still up and kicking. And Brokey and Cold in a 1v2. Falling alone, and Cold's going to clutch it out. 3k for him. And it's going to be FaZe finally getting around. I don't know how they pulled that off. They just pretty much went for the same thing. This time, the trades are on point.
Yeah, you gotta give it to GODSENT. You gotta give it to the trading game from FaZe Clan. But I do want to say that this was not a good round at all by FaZe Clan. You saw Crystal's point of view in the beginning of that round. He got away with 2 kills. Not at a single point was he flashed. You're doing an inside execute and not investing a single flash to flash the only player on the bomb side that can cause wreck for you. It's not good enough for FaZe Clan. They are lucky to get away with this round. They are lucky they have a player like coldzera on the lineup right now. Tactically speaking, FaZe Clan nowhere near the level that they have been before, nowhere near level a team like Astralis. FaZe Clan, you know, Mousesports can't even compare to FaZe Clan right now. I think Mousesports are ways ahead of FaZe Clan. The good thing for them though, as you pointed out, coldzera as an in-game leader, as a joint in-game leader, dare I say it, as an individual player, he's playing hearts out right now, keeping FaZe Clan alive. Bimas finding a kill towards Maiden as well, and maybe this is exactly what they need. GODSENT feeling the pressure and starting to make the mistakes.
Yeah, they have been making quite a few mistakes. It's just the fact that it looks like FaZe have been making even more mistakes on his T side, right? And Bimas finding that kill is, of course, very, very crucial indeed. And again, despite this comeback from GODSENT, look at the money they have. They have nothing left in the bank. They lose this one, they will have to go for the eco, but Crystal somehow finding his way on top of old Red Rock, and he does so much damage in Nico and Brokey. He will be found out though, so man advantage, 2-man advantage in fact for FaZe Clan, and this is a round they can't afford to throw away. They have looked very shaky throughout. This is a round where they can break the economy of GODSENT. Sticko with a beautiful shot on the Nico, but a trade comes in again, and it's all on Frolic and Zen. What have they got? The Zen's alone on the upper bomb side. They just had the MP9 to work with.
Sure do now. There we go, Rain finds a kill towards Farley. Zen, left man alive. Can't do anything about it. Last man standing is what I was trying to say. But as said, this pace in this game is just all over the place. And finally, it seems like FaZe Clan have found success with it. Rain with a nice kill towards Sticko right there. Getting another one towards the vents. And as said before, you know, I'm a big fan of FaZe Clan. I really like that team, and I think they have potential to be one of the best teams in the world if they can just add a little bit more tactical depth to the squad. coldzera, Rain, Nico, some of the best players to ever touch the game. If you can add that extra layer of understanding to the game, they can be some of the best. They'll have to finish it up for GODSENT. No, they have invested everything into this round. 14-11. Zen finds a frag. It's taken down by Brokey. Another nice shot by coldzera. He's been all over the place this game. Farley, though, gets the refrag. And once again, we have a round where all the action is happening within the first 20 to 30 seconds. The pace is not going to slow down, players, so you better follow suit.
Yeah, this is probably one of the fastest games that Nico ever seen. I'm talking about like the way the round's playing at Frolic. Nice little flick there. And all of a sudden, this is a round where FaZe could have just nailed in the final coffin into GODSENT. And they could have just completely dismantled the economy. It's a forced buy, mind you. And now they picked up 2 AK-47s. They have the Kevlar as well to work with. Madden even has the helmet. So this is not looking good for FaZe, but we've seen them dig themselves out from this particular scenario multiple times, especially this duo of Nico and Brokey. And I 100% agree with you. Just the lack of tactical depth is kind of very evident here for FaZe. That's why they're probably speeding things together. But I am going to give the benefit of the doubt. It is not their map pick, and they also, and of course, have the fact that they do have the couple other players as well.
Yeah, Brokey now. We'll have to see if he can get something working. Trying to shoot through the wall, maybe creating a bit of space here for Niku. Coming under Heaven, he has to be the first point of contact. Finds a kill towards Heaven, or does he? No. Farley stays alive, and now Niku will have to go for the lower bomb side. He has to be fast. Question is there a player waiting for him? Farley's still unsure whether or not he can go down the stairs in safety. And now he can. Maiden in a good position to deal with this bomb plan, or what? I think they've completely misread the situation. Bomb gets planted on the lower bomb side. Maiden, for whatever reason, thought it was going to be on the upper bomb side, and now there's a chance for FaZe Clan to actually win this round. Niku in a good position. Has to find a frag, though. Closes the door in the face of Maiden. Goes for the duel towards the other side. Can't connect the shot, goes down, and that's about it. Niku, there was a moment right there where you thought, all right, Niku, he's feeling it. He's moving around left, right, and center, but this time around, GODSENT, they stabilized. But again, you see the pressure getting to them. A bit of miscommunication from the GODSENT squad and giving FaZe Clan an opportunity in a round that they had no business winning.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, when you give a chance to someone like Nico, that's something you don't want to see. I've lost track a number of times. We've seen Nico clutch scenarios where he shouldn't be clutching. And Frolic, though, nice 3K from him. He had a scout to work with, a youngster from Denmark, the latest addition to this GODSENT squad, who everyone has been keeping an eye on, especially considering his recent performance at the Road to Rio. And he's been showing up here. AWP in hand, nice little movement there. And he's gonna survive. I do believe that was Rain, if I'm not mistaken. And Frolic still very low, still looking for more. And it's gonna be Zen, in fact, who's gonna get the kill. But that's gonna be the call for the hit towards upper. Perfectly timed. Bimas, that was filth. And
What
now
on earth was that from the new signing of FaZe Clan? What an insane flick. Pulling it back now. It's still a 1 versus 2. Stuko finding the first kill. Bomb is down. And Niku is down to 19 HP. Where did he lose so much? Towards Farley having a duel right now. Sorry, it's a 2 versus 2, of course. Bimas will have to do it one more time. What an amazing flick he did. Still have utility. Can he find Stuko? Misses the timing. And this could be a round going the way of GODSENT now. Let's see if he sticks it. He does not. Bimas going for the duel, finds the kill, and that should be it. Farley down to 9 HP. Now know where he is. All Bimas have to do is stay alive, and that's going to be round number 15 for FaZe Clan. What an amazing display from Bimas right here. That flick towards Heaven. I want to see it, and I want to see it again.
Replay right there. That was it a spray transfer 180 turnaround? What in God's name was that? He's already has a clutch to his name. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing this one. This is just that is pure filth. That's grotesque from Bimas. And ladies and gentlemen, what a showing from the youngster on this lineup. His first matchup with some of the most tenured, some of the most decorated players in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and his showing is worth here. It's still early days, but hey, I'm telling you, he's starting to gain some confidence. You can see it, Pimp, and that's so cool to see. Again, opening it up, finds 1, finds 2, and that, ladies and gentlemen, could be the game. Sorry, could be the map here. GODSENT, Stuko left in a 1v5. This one's done, Pimp.
This one is definitely done. Stuko, there's nothing he can do. You can see the kit blinking on the HUD. Lower right side of your screen, but what is he supposed to do when it goes down to coldzera? 16-12 for FaZe Clan, a game that was all over the place. The pace in this one, Blur, was absolutely stunning. FaZe, despite facing struggles in the beginning, they never slowed down. They kept pushing the boundaries. They kept rushing. They kept playing fast, and as you saw right here, it worked out in the end. A nice display by Bimas as well. We gotta give him credit for that showing. A game that I thought at a certain point was leaning towards GODSENT, but FaZe Clan, as said, you know, when you have star players like coldzera, like Niku playing on this level, well, it's going to be tough for them. We're going to be back straight after the break with more analysis of this game, as well as the second map between FaZe and GODSENT.